Careful, Mrs. Davies. There's a narrow bridge ahead. Excellent. Your steering's getting much better. Right. Yes. Well, right hand down. No, the other right. Harder starboard. No, the other starboard. Yes, I know the ferry moves, Mrs. Davies. Ferries are meant to move. That's their job to move. That's why they're called ferries. They go back and forth. Yes, you can do that with buses, yes, I know, but you can't just jump onto a moving ferry. Never mind, let's just make use of the experience. Left hand down a bit. I think the question of who gives way to who is slightly irrelevant at this moment. Right, Mrs. Davies, this is what we'll do. We'll wait for the pressure to equalize, then we open the... Leave that window alone.
Missed the boat, did we?
Yes, by about 18 feet.
Would you mind awfully not dripping on my new carpet? You're making a terrible mess.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll try and drip upwards in future.
Good man. You seem to have done it again, haven't you? I must say you're getting through cars at a rate of knots, if you'll excuse the nautical expression.
Very expensive. In fact, I'm having difficulty keeping my head above water.
A problem of liquidity, one might say.
There's a joke about current accounts in there somewhere, isn't there?
You seem to be taking it all in good spirits.
Spirits? I'm sorry, I don't quite get that one. What's spirits got to do with water? Oh, perhaps we've changed the subject, have we? We're tired of making watery wheezes at my expense. And talking about expenses brings me to my reason for being here.
Oh, you didn't just come to drip on my carpet?
No, that was a bonus. I would have done that anyway. No, I've come to talk to you about cars.
Cars?
Cars, yes, you know, four-wheeled.
Cars?
Yes, cars. Or rather, car, singular, one of. To replace the one that your wife mistook for a hovercraft. Or to be more precise, a submarine.
A car.
A car.
Expensive items, cars. They cost money.
It's funny you should say that. That was just what I was thinking on my way here. I said, cars, they cost money. Now, where could I get some money? Then it came to me, in a flash, like a bolt from the blue. Banks, I said. That's where you get money, banks. So that's why I'm here, in a bank.
Wanting money?
Exactly. I knew I could keep that sort of thing from a bank manager.
Not a lot of it about at the moment. Money, that is. In fact, there's a shortage of it.
Yes, well, I don't particularly want long ones. Short ones would do, a fistful. So if you wouldn't mind reaching into your safe, removing 2 large bundles, give them to me, I'll be on my way. Yes, I'll accept a cheque with a banker's card. Thank you. Any prize for spotting the deliberate mistake?
Looks perfectly in order to me.
There.
Well?
There.
I don't see,
Excuse me. There.
There's nothing missing?
Exactly. There's a nothing missing. You have written 2 nothing pounds when it should be 2 nothing pounds. There's another nothing. Look, you have written 200 pounds, you see. I mean, that's ludicrously wrong, isn't it? What you should have written is 2,000 pounds. Look, 2 nothing point nothing.
I am perfectly well aware of what I have written. £200 is the most I can offer. We are in the midst of a recession, Small. 200, you must admit, is better than nothing.
If it's all the same to you, you can take your nothing and your £200 and individually, one by one, perform with them a physical anatomical impossibility.
Where do you think you're going?
I'm going to try my luck elsewhere. You're not the only game in town, you know. Oh, no, not by a long chalk. I'll get some money and it'll be cheaper, and I won't have to put up with you teaching your wife to drive either.
No one in their right mind will contemplate lending you money.
Finding money in this town will be very simple. Finding somebody in their right mind, that'll be the difficult thing. But you could be right. Perhaps they won't. In which case, I shall chuck up the whole thing and start again.
Where?
Where? I don't know. Anywhere. Anywhere out of the shadowed Castle Dracula. Oh, no. Once I leave this office, that is it. Finish. Kaput. Finito. No more.
Credit? Can I give you credit? That's a killer, that is. That's got to be one of your better debtors, credit. I mean, you really do have a great sense of humour, do you know that? Oh, dear, credit. I mean, that's even better than can I hire a car? I mean, that'd be a stitches for a week. You know, you should really be on the television, you know that?
I'm serious.
I know. That's what makes it even funnier. I mean, it's the way you keep a straight face while you're telling them. I mean, me and my missus get a great deal of entertainment out of you, Gov. That's got to be one of your best.
You're not enamoured with the idea. Could I use your phone? I want to ring my financial advisor.
Oh, no more, Gov. It's a crackery.
Thanks.
No, it's empty. Well, don't you remember you raided it last June for the car tax? No, also empty. Last July, 2 new tyres. Listen, Lester, listen. Those earrings are the last bits of jewellery I have left. You are not having those. No, besides which, they're practically worthless. Well, you should know. You bought them for me. For my birthday, yes. Don't you remember that time we went to Margate? No, we do not have any Georgian silver. Those knives and forks are not Georgian silver. They're Elizabethan stainless steel. Circa 1973. That is not a hallmark. No, they do not have GR on them, or even ER on them. They have BR on them. British Rail. No, look, it's out of reach. Yeah, so is the gas meter. Look, Lester, I can't go on talking. I'm in the middle of baking. Yes, if I don't go now, all my puff pastry will have lost its puff. Yeah. Bye, darling.
Any luck with your financial advisor, then?
A slight problem with inflation.
You are an horrible little toad, Bright. A conniving, scheming, nasty little man. Greedy, covetous and mean. How dare you? How dare you do this to a superior officer? Oh, you'll pay for this, Bright. Just you wait, you'll pay.
I'm sorry, sir. But you're the one who's going to have to pay. And pay heavily, I'm afraid. Let's see. Park Lane with a hotel is... $1,500, please.
Ow! Well, don't just sit there like a brace of bemused bunnies. Clear it up. This place is like a pigsty as it is. Oh, I'm bored. There's nothing to do in this godforsaken backwater but play Monopoly with morons. Bright.
Yes, sir.
When you finish that, you can go and polish the fire buckets till they're brighter than you are.
Yes, sir.
Spencer,
Yes, sir.
wipe that grin off your face and go and cut the grass. With nail scissors.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Wilson.
Sir.
Yeah. Go and buy a large paintbrush and a tin of yellow paint. And Wilson,
Sir.
you know that stretch of road outside the public toilets?
The one where everyone parks when they want to go
Yeah,
to
that's the one. Well, take your paint and paintbrush and double yellow line it. That should liven things up a bit.
Here, how about this? A job with a secure future, good prospects and promotion. Join Britain's Fire Brigade.
What do I have to do? Put them out or start them? No, anyway, I'm too old.
Gardener wanted 4 hours a week.
I'm too young.
Here, what about this? This is right up your street. Qualified driving instructor wanted. Apply Lester Small School of Mowing.
Remind me to cancel that. No, anyway, I need a change. Something safer, quieter, more peaceful, like hand glider test pilot, that sort of thing. Anyway, Jenny, you better start looking for a job for yourself. If possible, starting yesterday.
Oh, don't worry about me, Mr. Small. I can always get a job with my qualification.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. You got a CSE in, what was the subject? Woodwork?
Needlework.
Yeah. Oh, close. Anyway, who's going to hire a failed businessman in this day and age?
You could stand for Parliament.
I'm not that much of a failure. Besides, I'm overqualified. I could live off the dole, I suppose. Millions of others do.
You'd have to get used to a different standard of living, though.
Yes. The extra money would come in useful. No, but it's no life for a grown man, is it? I mean, what would I do all day?
Potter in the garden?
Yeah, I hate gardening. No, it's a waste of time. Growing food for aphids. It makes sense if you could eat them, of course. Bit of flowers, that is, yeah. Yes, I can see the sense in that. No, I hate gardening. I'll tell you what I would like. I'd like a nice little workshop where I could mess about making things.
What sort of things?
Oh, I don't know. Toys for the twins.
Well, that's hardly going to keep you gainfully employed 24 hours a day now, is it?
Oh, you should see the way my kids get through toys in a week. They hold the South England Junior Championship for rattle chucking. 16 foot 3 inches with a standard 2-ounce rattle.
The natives are restless today.
They had a bad night last night. Well, Lester had a bad night last night, so we all had to have a bad night last night. We are nothing if not a united family.
Well, he's got a lot on his mind, hasn't he?
He's taken to sleepwalking. In his sleep. Do you know, he did the strangest thing last night? He came downstairs, came into the kitchen, put the kettle on, made himself a cup of coffee, sat down just there, and drank it.
Don't sound very peculiar to me.
He hates coffee.
Ah.
He then washed up his cup and saucer, probably the most unnerving thing of all. Unlocked the back door, opened it, and let the dog out.
And?
We don't have a dog.
Well, perhaps deep down in his mind, perhaps he secretly wants one.
He hates dogs.
Well, you got yourself a bit of a problem, haven't you?
Gentlemen, it is no exaggeration to say that we are a close-knit community. A small pond, you might say, wherein the slightest ripple in any part will spread and lap against all our shores. We are all, so to speak, in the same boat, and we must all pull together in order to keep our heads above water. If one man were to rock this boat...
Oh, do leave off. You're making me feel seasick.
we might all founder. Now, singly, this man Small is of small account, but the ramifications of his fiscal demise will echo back and forth across our small corner of the county. As a community, we are not in a strong enough economic position to allow him to so go under.
You exaggerate, surely. He's not that important.
He is of no importance, except insofar as he affects us all. Take, for instance, your own position. It is no secret that your station is overmanned. The slightest decrease in, I was going to say crime, incidents, however trivial, and the powers that be might well decide that 5 constables, 4 patrol cars, and a chief inspector are a little excessive in a town where a parking ticket is a matter for intense shame. Where might they send you, I wonder? Toxteth? Brixton? Or some other as yet to be defined constabulary version of the Russian front? How much of your garage trade do you stand to lose? Enough to make you worried?
Well, business ain't that bad.
You forget, I'm your banker. I know more of your finances than you do yourself.
That's right. What's your angle?
I will be perfectly honest with you.
Oh, don't break the habit of a lifetime for our sakes.
My wife is of a singularly stubborn turn of mind.
That's putting it mildly.
She has this fixation, or obsession rather, about learning to drive. Nothing stands in her way for very long. My health is not all it should be. My specialist advises complete calm. Now, Gloria is determined to pass her test. I am determined to collect my pension. The two are, of course, mutually incompatible. Gloria will never pass her test. Nothing is more certain. The sun may very well stand still. That is possible. The Thames may run backwards.
Don't start all that again.
That also is possible, if a little improbable. But for Gloria to pass her test would be to stretch the credibility of both God and Einstein. Nevertheless, she is determined to drive. Somebody, therefore, must be there to hold her lead while she savages the countryside. That somebody, I am determined, shall not be me. Which brings me back to Mr. Small. He must be made to see reason. And that is the reason I have called this meeting, and why you gentlemen have been chosen to assist me.
I was about to ask that, boy.
Because you both have the right qualifications for this particular job.
What qualifications?
You both have overdrafts.
There's a deputation to see you.
Oh, yes. What kind of deputation?
Inspector Rogers with a posse.
Tell them I'll meet them at high noon at the OK Corral.
We've had a meeting.
A meeting, yes.
Yeah. Would you like to,
What? Oh, no. I'm not good at that. I think, you know, it would be better coming from, don't you agree, Alf?
Oh, that's a Rudge.
To come to the point,
I wish you would.
we've discussed it amongst ourselves as the leading citizens of this borough, you might say. And I thought you expressed it very well at our meeting, Inspector.
Oh, did I? No. No, I'm sure. No gift for that sort of thing, you see. Whereas,
Well, it's like this. We've been doing a lot of thinking and,
What with?
yeah, what with? That's a good one, I like that, yes. Where was I?
Rupturing your brain.
Well, we've been doing a lot of that, and we come to the,
Con?
Yeah, we come to the con. To us lot, that is, we
Need?
yeah, we need you.
need.
Indeed.
Yeah, I mean, it's like this. Without you around to make things interesting, I mean, you and your smashes, you and your smashing wife, things can get very boring around here.
I thought he expressed that very well, didn't you, Inspector?
Very well indeed.
Yeah, well, if you just give up this idea of giving up and go back to work, we'd be very grateful, wouldn't we?
How grateful?
Pardon?
Well, you said grateful. How grateful? Grateful enough to give me instant credit when I need it? That grateful?
Well,
Grateful enough to cancel my overdraft?
Well, without going into the realms of absurdity, I'm sure some slight adjustment could be made.
Grateful enough to keep your uniformed harpies off my back?
Now, wait a minute. There can be no question of any special treatment.
I wasn't asking for special treatment. I was just asking for an end to the vendetta.
Now, that's a very serious allegation, you under... Of course.
what you say, Lester?
No, thanks.
Now, look here, Small.
But Lester.
Well?
It's my name, my Christian name.
Yes, well,
Lester.
Lester.
Thank you. John.
Now, look here, Small.
Lester.
Lester. We are quite willing to put aside our past difficulties and do all in our power to help you. But you, in your turn, must meet us at least halfway.
At least.
Yes. As I say, we'll do all we can to help you, but there is a limit to our...
Intelligence?
Patience.
Let's see his wife. She might talk some sense into him.
Well, I think she's already converted. Not that it'll do you much good. We're not exactly on speaking terms at the moment.
I'm sure we can come to some satisfactory agreement.
You can go on talking until you're blue in the face as far as I'm concerned. But you've got another thing coming if you think I'm coming round to your way of thinking. Oh, no, I'm not giving up that easily. All right, I'll give up. Where's the butter? Second question, where's the marmalade? No spoon. Some wives talk to their husbands over breakfast. I said some wives talk to their husbands over breakfast. Oh. They should never have taught women to read. Oh, it's a great mistake, that. Give them a column inch and they're... You realise we're suffering from role reversal? I'm the one who's supposed to sit behind the newspaper. While you waffle on about the neighbours, the twins, and the Swedish au pair girl. What's so interesting anyway? That you neglect your husband in his hour of feed. What's the mighty news, eh? Some mind-boggling, world-shattering new way to make a shepherd's pie? What to do till the plumber comes? Knit yourself a Persian carpet? Ah. A book reviews. Very esoteric. What have we got for today's delectation? Zen and the art of wallpaper stripping. Japanese interior decorator reveals all. Scuba diving on a fixed pension. Oh, this bit's interesting. Sex in the single farmer, a down-to-earth approach. Hello, there's a post. I'll go, shall I? No, it's all right. You just sit there and read the newspaper. I'll go. All right, I'll go. One for you, two for me, two for the twins. I'll open yours first, shall I? If you were the only girl in the world, and I was the other one too. Nothing. Oh, invitation to tea with the Queen. Pity we can't go. And I time the world. Aunt Ethel's dead. Dear Mr. Small, with reference to your application for a, was it blah, 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 we have great pleasure. I've got it! I've got the job! Dear Mr. Small, with reference to your application for a job, we have great delight in informing you that I've got it! The job I've applied for. They've offered it to me. No, I have really. I've got it.
Well, are you going to take it?
I don't think what it means. I mean, more money, secure job. I won't have to work all those extra hours. No, Mrs. Davis, perfect.
Well, where will we live?
Penge. Oh, come on. It won't be all that bad. Or they'll find us somewhere nearby to live and give us a generous removal allowance. Yeah, and you can nip into town any time you want. Do your shopping at Harrods. And you go to the theatre, the opera, music.
Oh, you hate music.
I was thinking of you, my love.
But I want to live here. It's nice. I mean, I like it here. The twins like it here. They'll miss it.
Well, they get over it. By the time they're 6 months old, they'll have forgotten all about it. Was it something I said?
Thank you. John has something to say to you, haven't you, John?
Yes.
Well, go on, dear.
In view of the fact
Oh,
that...
would you like to sit down?
Oh, thank you.
We're not staying long.
After due consideration, my wife and I have talked... My wife has talked it over. And we have decided we cannot stand in your way, so we've come to say goodbye.
That's very thoughtful of you.
But what about your lessons?
John has very kindly agreed to take me out himself, as he did in the old days. Haven't you, dear?
Do you have any water? Pills.
John has this heart condition.
Not for much longer.
So he has to take these pills.
Constantly.
He's been all right for months, but he has to take them again now. I think perhaps it's got something to do with my driving.
A sheer coincidence.
Do they calm you down?
No, they make me forget. That's better.
Well, what do they make you forget?
Sorry?
Well, what is it that they make you forget?
Forget?
They're very fast acting.
I think I could do with some of those myself. Do you need a prescription?
I can't remember.
They wear off very fast, though. But while he's in this mood, he agrees to anything you say. Don't you, dear?
Agreed.
It's such a pity you're leaving. You could get some lovely promises from him if you wanted to.
Agreed.
Well, as a matter of fact, I've decided to stay.
Lester!
Yes. Well, I've given a great deal of thought recently, and I realise that I've been very selfish. Now, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say I shouldn't. You're going to try and stop me. You're going to say I should put my career first and all that sort of rubbish. Yes, well, I'm glad about that. I really am. I really do appreciate that. But as I say, I've been given a great deal of thought recently, and I realise I could do a lot worse than this. But mind you, there's going to have to be some changes from now on. Oh, yes, things will be very different. In future, I shall require instant credit the moment I ask for it.
Agreed.
Any damages to the car to be paid for.
Agreed.
Your usual influences to get Inspector Rogers off my back.
Agreed.
Stop Alfred at the garage overcharging me.
Agreed, a little swine, as I recall.
They're wearing off.
Yes, well, I think that's all very good then.
Oh, good. I'm glad that's settled. John, Bess.
What?
Bess.
Oh, yes.
We left her in the car.
Really?
Yes. We thought it best. Just in case.
Well, that's okay. We don't have one.
No? Oh.
Well, would she like a bowl of water?
Sorry?
Well, after being cooped up in the back of the car like that, perhaps she'd like some water.
Oh, well, that would be nice. Thank you. She won't need a bowl, though. She's 18.
Oh, that's a fair old age. Well, what sort is she?
How do you mean, dear?
Well, is she a big one or a little one?
Well, she's,
Oh,
yes.
that's big.
Very big.
Yes.
She must be very expensive to feed.
She gets through a lot of meat and biscuits, does she?
She likes biscuits. Yes.
Right.
Hello, darling.
Hello, Mummy.
This is Bess, our daughter.
Is this the nice man who's going to teach me to drive?